This is the automated practice management system that is designed by South African accountants for you, South African accountants, auditors, and bookkeepers. DataGrows helps accountants gain control of their time so they can scale their firms without stress. We regularly develop enhancements to our software based on user feedback, and the team is always ready to assist with any questions and guide you when you need help. With DataGrows, you import your clients, switch on services, and the system then automatically schedules reminders for you to ensure you stay on top of your deadlines. We then have other amazing features like document generation and automated emails, and we will cover a whole bunch of that quickly today. I would like to show you how DataGrows can help you, the potential of DataGrows, just a quick overview, how to get started, where to find help, the importance of adding your entire team, checkboxes versus our custom workflows that are available, some nifty CIPC and SARS tasks and subtasks, our beneficial ownership declaration functionality, and team collaboration. We will then move on to some other features and have a brief question and answer session. DataGrows has been known to solve the high-level problems listed on this slide for our clients. Mainly going into a little bit more detail, with a little bit of setup, DataGrows adds some clarity, relieves the stress and anxiety associated with trying to remember thousands of deadlines. We do this by automating task reminders according to the South African regulations where we can for those things that happen in predictable intervals, as well as giving you a platform to record and track additional task requirements that you cannot predict. This gives you control over your deadlines. With then adding your team roles, our automated task management ensures you will always know who's responsible for which task, giving you a team collaboration space where they can update tasks, enabling any team member to step in and help where needed. Thus, if anything happens to anyone on your team, resulting in them not being able to work temporarily, then someone can simply step in and access all the information they need without the client being affected by those internal changes. Gone are the days of endless meetings to try and maintain multiple control sheets of what's outstanding and what status things are at and who needs to do what in order for the next person to be able to do what they need to do, and then you lose the latest spreadsheet because it gets corrupt or saved over or whatever happens, life happens. Those, I can remember, used to take enormous hours and enormous numbers of people who had to get asked again and again how they were doing. DataGrows is then updated once on the particular task for the particular client, and anybody who has access is able to just consult with that status and just see whether it started, in progress, is it delayed, approved, where is it. We also provide overviews and insights into your firm from the data that we then have, and also information about your clients, so those that abuse the relationship and take advantage of you and just ask for all those little extras and you forget about them. So you can then make informed decisions regarding your firm and your clients. For example, is this client worth having on this retainer? Am I not giving too many freebies and so on and so forth? I'm sure you can give me lots of examples. Our automated billing can save a firm of 4 up to 30 hours a month in processing billing. That is an incredible time saving that can be invested into work that really matters. Potential of DataGrows can be shown from this little video that really tells you everything in a nutshell.
Welcome to DataGrows, the app made by accountants for South African accountants, auditors, and bookkeepers. Data Grows is here to streamline your workflows and eliminate the stress of managing client tasks and deadlines, giving you the crystal clear overviews needed to run a sleek, effective business. Let's dive in and see how it works. With our seamless integrations, clients are effortlessly pulled into Data Grows. Here, you can start assigning team members and switch on services with a few clicks. Data Grows then schedules all future deadlines automatically. Accounting tasks, SARS deadlines, beneficial ownership declaration reminders, you name it, we've got it covered. Every Monday, you'll receive a summary report via email listing all tasks due in the next 30 days, plus any overdue tasks, so you can plan your week with ease. Our all tasks due detail table provides a summary view where you can filter tasks by staff member or date, ensuring that each team member knows exactly what is expected of them and management can easily track progress. You tackle tasks by selecting a record, checking off steps as you go, and marking them as complete. Completed tasks move to the archive table, making your to-do list shorter as the month progresses. Data Grows also tracks unique once-off tasks and recurring tasks specific to your clients or your firm, with space for storing documents, director and shareholder information, and everything you need to stay on top of services. You can manage share registers and generate share certificates through Data Grows in seconds. The beneficial ownership module also generates company structure organograms and other required documents for the submission. Staying compliant has never been this easy. Our SARS integration allows you to easily check taxpayer information and submit the IRP6 return in a flash. The SARS task table features live links to SARS online submission pages and downloadable templates to save you time. Our CIPC integration lets you monitor client statuses effortlessly. We even count the days on SARS and CIPC deadlines, so you never miss a deadline or escalation date again. As you work on any task, you can time in the app. This links to a billing structure you set up and enables you to see real-time revenue per client and accountant. Once time is authorized, you can generate invoices from Data Grows and post them directly to your favorite accounting program with a single click. Our wide range of reports help you identify opportunities for offering more services and renegotiating retainers or rates, while our automated email reminders help you keep clients in the loop. Role restrictions ensure that the right people have access to the right information and management can see progress by any staff member at all times. Best of all, your data is stored in one centralized system, providing up-to-date information from anywhere with internet access at all times. Our team is available through every step of your onboarding journey, and our comprehensive training modules ensure your team knows the ins and outs of Data Grows. If you're a South African accountant, auditor, or bookkeeper, Data Grows is a tool you've been waiting for. Dive in and see how we can help you transform your business.
So how do we get started? It's an awful lot to take on. And where do we find that help they talk about? So to get started, if you're responsible for setup, you will find that there is a Get Started button where it will take you to a blog, and we actually walk you through step by step how to do the process yourself. We also have help. So we have a help page where you can pop us an email here, or you can just use your normal email, or you could send us a WhatsApp. We can help you to import your clients from Sage, Xero, or SARS, or to assist you with a migration from any other system that you are using. Our team is happy to assist, so please just reach out. You also have other ways of getting to know the system and to get into contact with support. Apart from help, we also have our AI agent, Jeff, who lives in the bottom left of your screen here. If you just click on the question mark, you can pop him a question, or he has some other resources as well. And he's amazing. I wish I could remember stuff the way Jeff does. And you can chat to him 24/7, which is even better. One thing I'd like to stress that's really important is the importance of seeing this as a team collaboration tool. This has been borne out over and over again from my own experience in supporting people in Data Grows, and just seeing who derives the most benefit from the tool. So I really want to highlight that Data Grows was designed to empower the team so that every team member has a trusted place to refer to for information. So you can add your accountants, give them the particular rights or filtered view that you want them to have. And over and above that, you can then assign your accountants at a global level to various departments or even to various tasks, and then also at a client level. It's very simple if you're one person, but if there's more than one of you, it can be very customized. Just taking you into a deeper delve into some key features. I'm currently sitting on the client's table, which is your main table where you retain all information. So if I just go to a test company, for example, this is the main table where information is stored. We store key information that helps determine what is required, which firm this client is linked to, their registration date, etc. And we can then switch on their services that we need to be scheduled regularly. This is a monthly VAT client with monthly bookkeeping and CIPC, audit and income tax. So there's a lot of services here. Those services will then start to schedule and your team can start working depending how you've assigned people to this particular client. This particular client, the overall accountant is ERP, but for CIPC, there is a specialist accountant called Sue and a specialist payroll compensation specialist called Bach. The overall partner is Danae. So the task will schedule accordingly to whoever needs to receive those particular tasks. And everybody can work on the task tables. So if you look at your client through the client table, there's not only the core information, there's other additional information that is available. There is a filtered view of all tasks due that relate to that particular client. And if you're going to a meeting, for example, with that client, let's say you're the partner or manager, you can immediately see where this client is, what the outstanding tasks are for this particular client. And you can also go to an even more filtered view to look at accounting tasks or, let's say, CIPC tasks, etc. You can also retain other additional information that you may require for a client. And you can see your various work overviews. So you've got your director's information, which I haven't recorded anything on. And you could also see on our payroll tasks, you would be able to go to any payroll task for that client, or tax tasks, or financials tasks, or CIPC tasks, filtered for that particular department for that particular client. We suggest that our clients come and look at the all tasks due detail table first thing in the morning. They have their coffee, they sit down, they look here. This is a summary table and it contains all tasks that we have for every single client, obviously depending on what you are authorized to see or what you are working on. You can create filters on every single column here to be able to filter the view you want to be able to see. They can filter by the type of task or the due date. Our colors have meaning. They help you sort what's going on. Pink tasks are overdue. Yellow ones are due in the next 7 days. I obviously have some catching up to do for my payroll to be complete today. And then the green tasks are actually backlog tasks. So this is where a client has come to us and they've asked us to catch up some information where it isn't our fault that it's late. So we mark them as a status of backlog. They might be very overdue, but it's not our fault. So they are green. And the orange tasks are delayed by the clients. So it really helps us just keep our focus on where our problem children are. The all task due detail is thus a very powerful summary, and it gets emailed to your team every Monday with a list of what they are responsible for. We suggest that clients come and look at the all task due detail table first thing in the morning, and they can then go and click on the link relating to those tasks that will then take them to the detailed tasks that live under the relevant department. This link then takes me to my accounting department to a filtered view for that particular client. I'm able to open the task, and here I'm able to do much more. Here I can change statuses. I can have various progress statuses. This is where client delayed and backlog live. And my team can work together. So if I'm a junior, I can ask, please review. A manager might say it's in review, so the partner knows it's in review, or might say it's approved. If there's a problem, you could say, please amend, and it goes back to the accountant to work on. We can type little notes. And I can then attach and drop a little attachment to my task. I can mark the various toggles, and it is easy to see where I am with this particular task. If I clear my filters, you are then able to see all the tasks that are available to you, and you can see their various statuses, and you can filter by any of those particular columns. If you look at our tasks, you will see that they're actually very useful. They're designed to be a task pane to assist you to work through information. So if I'm busy on a client, but I haven't received everything, it acts as a bookmark for me to be able to see where I am. And there's also other fields such as, is it a payment or a refund? Is there SARS verification? Has the return been finalized? What are the statuses of that particular return? In this particular instance, I've chosen an income tax individual. So if I choose a task here, you will see that again, we've got our progress and status, but we then also have multiple toggles that we can use, as well as information about the particular task here, which allow us to monitor the information. So these are task checkboxes. If I look at a VAT task, for example, which is a little bit simpler, you can see that the VAT returns task has these toggles. We can say it's in progress. We can say, please review. We can say the recon's done. It's been sent for approval, not yet submitted. And the accountants would be assigned if they're properly set up. And if I click save, we can then see those toggles that are available there. So the recon and sent, etc. We not only have these task checkboxes, we also give you the ability to be able to choose to switch on what we call advanced workflows. So if I go to another company, this company's got advanced workflows. So if I look at the VAT return tasks here, we've retained the key task details. But these particular tasks, for example, the reconciliation and sent, are then turned into a list, just to give you a head start. But you are able to expand this list, and you can adjust and add to it to suit your exact needs. You can create templates. You might have small, medium, large clients. You might do it by entity type. You might do it by team specialization and assign them to a client based on the way that you work. So it enables each task reminder. Remember, this is just one of the VAT one. So each task reminder can have a custom standard operating procedure to help you track your progress and keep the team focused on steps required. So those are the two ways we have of working. We also then have ad hoc things that happen, or we service an industry that is maybe unusual. So ad hoc tasks section allows you to create your own little data grows. So anything the system doesn't schedule automatically can be created here. For example, under the firm and ad hoc tasks, you can then create a record. In this particular instance, it is for a client who wants assistance with a loan application, which sounds little, but it's often, there's a lot of work involved in it. So you can create your own little task. You just choose from the drop down, the list that's here, and you can choose what is applicable, and then you link it to your clients, and you can set a due date and then write a note about what is required, and you can bill against this particular task. We also provide you with the ability to free type your own once-off custom tasks that you can create, or else create your own custom tasks on a specialized schedule. So for example, some people put their company vehicles license dust renewal is just one we commonly see, but it can be buying milk every Thursday. It could be anything internally, or for clients that work in a particular industry and they need specialized preparation, perhaps for meetings regularly or something like that. Then our filters are so cool. We just very proud of them, but we don't always talk about them. If I take you, for example, to my VAT returns, if you think about instances where you're doing VAT returns for clients and you submit everything for them and then you ask them to please pay, but now you're sitting and waiting, we do have automated bulk emails that you can set up to remind the client to pay that. But beyond that, you might just want to overview the information. And here I've set up a little filter which monitors my submitted, not yet paid VAT returns. So I can see what's going on there, and I can clear that filter. So that could be one of my regular checks. Or for example, I might have clients that have VAT refunds and they're still waiting for their refunds. So I don't want to close my task, but I can track here that actually there is a credit that's not yet been refunded. And just makes it nice and easy, so we're not having to update that kind of information all over the place. Under our tax department and our CIPC department, we also provide you with a really nifty feature. This one is SARS Tasks. So as you know, SARS has got this horrible habit of asking us to do all sorts of things, or else we need to perform certain functions for our clients, and they say to us, just do this for me, and we forget about the dates, we forget that we need to bill, the list goes on and on. You've got so much information falling out your head, it's not even funny, and they say, just do this. And it's not just, it's a lot of work. So for example, someone asks us to update a public officer, we can pop the client name, and we can save and edit. Now, let's say we've got a junior that we need to help us. We really can't do all of this ourselves. After we've saved the task, it then immediately creates a little subtask on SARS, and CIPC. It does this with the list of documents or information that is required to complete this task. Now, if I'm a junior, I've probably never done this before. I know there's a list somewhere. Heaven help me as to where the list is. Or even if I do this not very regularly, this reminds me that these are the things I need to do, and I can just say, okay, I actually have told the client the list and I have requested all that information, so I can record that it's all requested, and as the information is received, I can add it on. So here I can do a little note about the director's ID, and I can even download templates if I need to, or attach documents to that particular part of the subtask. And I can then later download them or sort them or whatever I need to do if there's multiple directors. So these subtasks are really, really special. As you saw in the little video, you can then upload the information and then the due date and the day counter starts tracking. So you also know how long before you can harass SARS about this particular task. That's like one of my favorite features. In CIPC, we have a similar thing. Then on our beneficial ownership module, if I just give you a quick overview on what is provided in terms of the reports, I'm sure you're all aware of beneficial ownership and those enormous uncertainty that existed when it first came out. So DataGrows designed the various documents so that you would be able to create them, download them, and then be able to edit them if needs be or print them out. And in this instance, for the mandate, you can then get the directors to sign and attach a copy, and you could send it off to CIPC with the other documents. We don't integrate directly for this as yet. It's on our wish list, but at this stage, what we do provide is we give you these lovely reports that you can just use for that report. So here we've got quite a complex shareholding structure, and the ownership inherits from the other shareholder companies, and then you are able to just generate that shareholding. And yes, initially to get all this information in is a bit of a mission, but once it's in on the following years, it's a matter of just updating any changes. And this is the securities register. So all of these generate, all of them are able to be downloaded into Word or Excel or print them. As I stated earlier, the goal behind DataGrows is to enable your team to collaborate, to support each other. We do this through task assignments in the system where the applicable team all have real-time access. But we also have something called an in-app chat, which is really, really lovely. So the My Chat sits here, but let's say, for example, I'm a VAT clerk and I need to convey to my manager. I just click on the little app chat and I can say, at Mariska, please advise me on whatever it is. And I can send it. This is now internal. On Mariska's My Chats, this will appear as there'll be a little 1 here, and she'll have a little 1 next to VAT Returns Lucas. She'll be able to click on that particular chat. It immediately takes her to the correct department, to the correct task. And she can click on the bubble, the My Chat bubble, and she can read the message and she can respond. Anyone who can see the task can see this. What it does do is it means that you're not having to email the world, so that anyone who might ever look at this particular task needs to be included in any email. And when you're trying to review VAT for a client, you think there was an email for a VAT task. I don't know how long ago. I'm not sure if it was this month. Well, you're able to just check this month's task and see if it was relating to this month, if it's still an issue, or else any past tasks will be on our archive table for that particular task. So that is one of our methods of collaboration. The main thing to remember is that none of us remember everything. We all have life happen to us, And it is really awesome to be able to have someone just be able to jump in, have a look at our tasks that are outstanding, be able to lift the burden off us. Maybe we get a new big client and we need to jump in and help them with a whole bunch of tasks, and tasks need to be reallocated. Life happens, it happens to all of us. And this tool allows that to happen, or even better, it allows people to actually take leave without stressing the whole time about what's going on with their tasks. The wonderful thing also is that if anyone new joins your team, they can easily start working, because Data Grows will generate the South African generated legislated deadlines, and those key lists of documents are really awesome. Especially someone who's new to a task can look at the subtasks, and their managers can review them, and nobody gets stressed about it. Data Grows was designed to be your brain's parking lot, if you can conceive of that idea. So with a unique slot for every make and model, and easily brought forward to be used. Data Grows does this with each task and team member, reducing the number of things that need to be remembered, because it can easily be stored and found in the app. Data Grows also supports collaboration with clients through our automated emails. So over and above the tasks, we have got communication departments where we have some emails that are automated. So a firm newsletter, reminding individuals that they need to send us their income tax information or pay their VAT. Send us their bank statements, their birthday, happy birthday. So we've got a few of those. And then we also have some AI generated document templates. We give you some examples, but these are totally customizable by yourself. You can add your own. And what we allow you to do is to interact with the fields on your client's table, and you can pull the information that's on your client's table into those templates. So all these details here are then available to be populated into your document templates. So that saves you a lot of time. If I look at my dashboard, we have got a Get Started blog, as I mentioned to you at the beginning of the demo, which helps you with our onboarding, the basics, and then you can grow from that point on. We also have a training module where we have got modules that you can watch. So let's start with the introduction. You can just click on any one of them. Then there's a video that you can watch. They're all quite short. And then there's a few questions that really just help you to see if you've actually managed to pick up the content, because sometimes our brain gets distracted by stuff as we go along. There's not a lot of content here. Actually, in terms of time, you could probably fly through it quickly and then come back and watch those ones that you need as you go. For example, search or filter, or using ad hoc tasks, or how to use a timer. All of these are useful things that you can then quickly watch. They're all short, and they take you through the actual steps, and it's lovely because someone's navigating. You're not just peering at a document trying to work out what we were trying to say. We also offer weekly training sessions. We have one for brand new users and one for users that have completed their basic setup and they want to do a little bit more, and then one for users that are ready to access advanced features like our billing integration or RP6 submission. So Data Grows is a very powerful, extremely powerful tool that can make a world of difference to your team if you adopt and embrace it fully. But all this only works properly if you actually buy into the full system and all its benefits. You give your entire team access so they can grow. You spend the time to look at the various aspects in Data Grows, and you see how the various tasks and their settings can actually help your team. Here's the full list of our features. I've only given you an overview today, and there's so much more to cover. I'm not sure what will appeal to all of you. But there are a whole bunch of things that really seem to interest people. Engagement letter generation, tools to upskill your team, customizable recurring and ad hoc tasks. We've got a leave tracker, the required documents module, a small FICA document monitoring. There are just so many aspects to Data Grows. The whole point is for data to grow as you go. You don't need to feel like you need to take it all in at once. Let's troubleshoot first what you initially need, and when that releases time from you, you will then easily be able to start adding some of the other aspects of Data Grows. Data Grows was designed as a system to solve the issues that our financial director had in her own accounting firm. So from that point on, we've been developing based on the feedback of thousands of accountants, and that is how we will continue to develop and expand our features. So becoming a part of our Data Grows community means you will be served by a program and its team whose aim is to continuously improve our features to ensure that our software stays relevant to you. The team is always ready to assist with any questions and guide you where you need help.